clout, flossing from head to toe, making enemies left and right. Man, cause they ain't got what we got, now they wanna fight. You ain't ready for the business, believe me, we the truest. Okay, hit the main man, together we are the illest. Now we are coming out first, so man, what it do? On us if you want to be the image, you know you was big balls, baby, you all, taking it all, never go fall. I pay in, ready to fall, promise them all, nah, take what you got. Niggas ain't never been ready for us, bitches have always been ready to fuck. Dropping the real and see you on the tongue, this is the way that I come for collide. What? Mucho with levels, to find the purple, over the barrels, right at the door, the preaching, but this ain't for no Christmas carol. We staying hot it like triggers and gas, give me the stack, it ain't no way down, it's no rep on this track.
This is good for the boy, hope that it down, but the push on water and the copycats. If I hate talk down here with the madness, players and glow is my practice. It's a throw boy, up in the mix. Like a head back with a brain has key. Should've known he couldn't go with these days to go to show he need to win. He's Mr. Phil, I'm showing up. Blinded like a million boys. Blaze on the deck, I'm a big for a truck on the road, then you back to furious. You ain't furious. To a nigga like me, pass me the drink, I'm out the straight lean. Like a pimp, I be thinking in the scene, and when I step out, I say I'm too clean. Inside, 6 rows, stack the finger. West side, stack the finger. North side, 6 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, south side. 7 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip, east side. Stack the finger. Pull the whip, west side. 7 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip. I move up, side, side of the road. You already know I'm moving. I see walk through the door. From my head to my toes, it's the cold, little trouble. You can see it in my clothes. Two mules, I was up. The building is by my side, so you know we down the ride. Sometimes they do it, I'ma get hot. These haters don't wanna fuck with these side songs. So we know we'll be a head bust. Fuck them like blood and soul. Make it familiar, your head and I'm trying to live with feeling your blood on the floor. People still in deliverance, but ain't no protection the way that we flow. Falling in love with the road with the logo off and left. I just had a very bad day. Taking the distance, but anyone taking no control the lessons, so get in my way. Leaving my team, get all about winning, but winning the battle, so haters but chill. Bust up, pussy, and shovel his spring. That's what I'm on, and I'm not out of squeal. Bouncers coming up on it, I'm throwing with both of these ball like I'm ready to bust. No matter I keep it cool, I don't wanna kill, but trust me, I will if I bust. Pull the whip inside. 6 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip west side. Okay, stack the finger. Pull the whip north side. 6 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip south side. 7 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip inside. Stack the finger. Pull the whip west side. 7 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip. If you want it, you can get it. I ain't no sugarcoat shit. 16 shots to your face and put you on the floor quick. Once they hit your high beats, I'm a motherfucking soldier. So if a nigga get out of line, my whole fucking team of coaches get drunk and get dope. Man, the throttle to the floor. Down put a kid dope. Let the 12 gauge go. We drippin' like Leo, though. When we hit, I steal hoe. For real, we kill hoes. I don't test, I steal hoe.
We getting buck, getting wild, cause it's time to wreck shop. Bustin' at these haters so hard, they doing a bunny hop. Come and get it if you want, cause we ain't never scared of shit. Throw your shoulder rags up and let me see who you get drunk if you want, yeah nigga, let's get it started. It's the 6-4 nigga, we ain't never weak hearted. Let's go with it, nigga, so we can settle our beef. You want enemy turf now, and we here to give you grief.
Man, wrecking this track, bust you open across the back. We killing the cap, killing the villain, colored in black. We attack with many max, premeditated thoughts will get you cold as we break you out. Have your body get low. For all my real thugs who be getting their paper, shake the haters, I back blast. Cause man, I gon' take it, never faking. We serious about stepping our name on your brain, leaving you covered in nothing but boss and lane.
Pull the whip inside. 6 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip west side. Okay, stack the finger. Pull the whip north side. 6 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip south side. 7 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip inside. Stack the finger. Pull the whip west side. 7 rows, stack the finger. Pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip, pull the whip.
Yeah, man! That track go hard in the motherfucking bank, nigga. That's how you cut motherfucking man show right there, baby. Who you with, baby? Who you with? Who you with? I'ma tell you who you with right now. Right now, you hanging out with the IAK Double O, man. And this right here is Rocky Radio, the wildest station on your motherfucking ass internet radio dial. And I'm your boy, the host of the most, the ghetto godfather, aka the wild talent radio dial. And I'm glad y'all hanging out with us for a while tonight, man. And when I tell you some special episodes tonight, man, We gotta clear the Earl. We gotta talk about it. Hey, calm down. I ain't saying anybody else is doing all that shit right now, man. I'ma need y'all to calm down and relax. I know y'all ready for a wild ass show tonight, but I need y'all to calm down and keep it in the chamber. Host your pistol, baby. Host your pistol. You understand what I'm talking about? So now, with all that being said, man, you know, I know this dude's the rest of the Kansas crew is goddamn me as usual. Now, we may have some that's currently in rap, but definitely tonight ain't really what it's about. You know what I'm talking about? You know, all the thickness about and all the stuff right there. You know, this week has been a very, very, very touchy week for your boy. You know? And so you know, when you ask me how I'm feeling about certain situations and things of this nation, I ain't even got my thoughts together to even explain it to you how passionate I am about what's going on in the news tonight or this week. And it's not just about Trayvon. Of course, Mr. Trayvon Martin, rest in peace, and the Zimmerman trial and all that stuff right there, you know, that captivated me for, you know, a moment, if you will. But the thing that really gets me is that as I was doing research, because I got a lot of text messages and I got a few emails, and I definitely got some direct messages like, nigga, you need to say something. You know what I'm talking about? And I really don't want to say nothing. I really don't want to say nothing about it now. Well, I had time to let it marinate. And I feel a little bit better about the situation in regards to how upset I've been throughout this whole week about how I understand I had to persevere and move on because hell, the family still got to eat, so I still got to go to work. I still got to go to job, and I sure as hell can't be doing anything that jeopardizes, you know, not putting food on the table for the family. So now, with that being said, it's not like I'm not gonna do anything either. You know, and that's the problem that I was having with myself. I was really struggling with myself because I really wanted to go out there, you know, and just take the whole week off and do some crazy ass protesting and really beat up some people that didn't deserve to get beat up. I really wanted to say some things. I think that's one of the great things about having a media outlet nowadays. You know, it allowed me to get some ventilation off my chest, but it also allowed me to share some pain with people who were feeling the exact same way I was feeling. Oh man, I went through the gambit, baby. I went through the gambit. I was shocked. I was hurt. I couldn't believe we were still living in 2013. And I needed resolve within me, and I had to, I let some things fly on the internet that I had to ease back. I had to ease back a little bit. I eased back a little bit, because like the internet, it's a ventilation shaft for only so long, because you got to go back to the realities of what your life is. And the realities of my life this week are more than most can bear. And that's fine. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, they say. And that crown got heavy and as a motherfucker this week. So, with all that being said, I talked to the casting crew, individually, separately, and all this good stuff right here, as well as, collectively from time to time throughout the week. They kept calling and checking on your boy, but they could tell that there's a fucking chip the size of Gibraltar on my shoulder. So it's fair. It's fair. I think everybody needs to take a win, needs to take a break and all stuff right here. But we got people out here that needs to hear what's going on the mind of RIKOO, because it's not just about in times of comfort and convenience, as the great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King shared with us so about 43 years ago. It's not about where you stand in the times of comfort and convenience, but where you stand in the times of challenge and controversy that determine your man. Or determine you as a man. You got the gist of that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, do I sit there and do I just stay in the house and let it all marinate and get on my life and let it get over with and until it gets over and off my chest? So I feel I can come back and holler at y'all on a fun plane, on a level plane, or a plane that's socially entertaining? Or do I grind this motherfucker out and ride it out with you? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people out there are hurting, and sometimes they look to us to help ease the pain, and I gotta realize that my responsibilities go a little bit deeper. They just provide entertainment for a lot of people and all this good stuff right here, but it also goes into making sure that it stays relevant with the times too. So you gotta be there for the tough, and you gotta be there for the fun as well. And this right here, this has been a tough motherfucking week for African Americans. You know what? Let's say for Americans as a whole. If you consider yourself an American, it's been a very, very tough week for all of us. But see, and the thing is, I don't want to put "but" there because it kind of diminishes a point. What I want to elaborate on, what I'll elaborate further on, is that it's not just about the Trayvon Martin and the Zimmerman trial. That I ain't got to elaborate on because everybody been following the whole world over all week. But it's about goes along the lines of what I was saying on Monday's night's broadcast. We did a special, broadcast Monday night. And it brought to light, and I'm not gonna recap that show or whatever, because there comes a time you gotta try to move on. Because what I want to do tonight is not only address the issues at hand, I want to give a special challenge, tribute to our president, our great American leader that we have in office right now, President Barack Hussein Obama, who took the time out to address, for those who didn't get an opportunity to hear it, I'm going to play it a little bit here in a minute, the address he made during a press conference that was set up by his normal press conference guy, and it was an impromptu press conference. And the reason why he had this press conference was because throughout his appearances throughout the week, he already had a set speech pattern or topics that he wanted to address. If anybody asked him about the hottest topic right now, of course, that being the whole Zimmerman not guilty verdict of killing Trayvon Martin. But the thing was that nobody asked him, how are you, the leader of the free world of this great country of ours, not asked about one of the most controversial decisions since the civil rights movement, of how a man who racially profiled, stalked, approached, fought, and killed a black child who was unarmed and minding his business, walking through a neighborhood. And the verdict came back not guilty, but in the same day, convict a man, a black man, within 24 hours. See, a lot of people miss this. They convicted a 71-year-old man in the state of Florida who was on his property, shot and killed people who were harassing him, and they sent his ass to jail. How is it that there's a woman in jail right now? Forgive me for not having the names together, but it's just coming to my mind as I'm thinking about it. They have a woman in jail right now in the state of Florida that's serving 20 years when she was on her property defending herself and making her point clear and known to an ex-husband who came to her property, who was an abusive ex-husband, and to let him know that she was not fucking around today. You're not laying your hands on me today. nigga. Took a 9mm and bucked a couple of shots in the air. In her house in the air. So the shots went in her porch. So there wasn't even a chance of the shots coming down and even injuring somebody. Pop, pop, off her porch. Nigga, back up. Nigga, back the fuck up. She's serving 20 years right now in the Florida penal system for literally standing her ground. Her life was in danger. I don't want to get too caught up with that, but I want to bring it to your attention. This is why the populace is up in arms right now. I saw a video today that I posted on my Facebook page. How a judge tossed out. Man, this is crazy, yo. This is crazy. Check this out. Check this out. There's a kid in New York last year, right around the same time with Trayvon Martin. I'm quite sure his name is on this list. I'm going to reread this list. There's a kid in New York that bought a little weed. They said they had him on camera at some convenience store. He purchased like a dime sack or quarter sack of weed from the dope man. So, anywho, he on home, and the police saw him about to make the purchase, right? He saw the police saw him make the purchase, so he ran home. Ran home, and the thing about it is that there's the video of it is so qualitative. You can see everything. You can see the mustache. You can see the pimples on the police and everything. With his home security, he ran home. When he ran home, the cops were trying to follow him. They were like 15, 20 steps back. He went into his house, closed the door, locked the door, had time for all that. And by that time, like I said, there's about 15, 20 steps behind them. Here come the police. Now, supposedly in America, your rights as a citizen dictate that there needs to be a warrant for the police to come in and search your home. So basically what that means when that young man ran with a dime sack of weed, once he made it home, closed the doors and locked it, you're good. Now, of course, they had probable cause and all the stuff right here, but they had to call that shit in. They still have to call that shit in. They have to get proper permission to do what they was doing to this kid's door. When I say the police, it was two cops. Kid was black. Of course, two cops were white. So, not only are they kicking on this kid's door, you know, he had the iron gates at his door, whatever. They kicking, they pounding, the door is locked. The other cop, one of the cops go around back, and they finally break in through the back. When they break in through the back, the kid runs upstairs to flush down whatever rest of the weed that he had or whatever. Police run upstairs. Lady that comes out who lives in that same house says all she saw was the police go upstairs. The next thing she heard was bop, bop. You know what that means. And the kid was dead. Said next thing she knows there's a gun in her face by the police. She had to identify herself as the landlord of the property. She's the landlord. She just wants to know what's going on. She has nothing to do with it. The police searched the house without a warrant. Found nothing. Nothing. Found not even no weapons, no drugs, this was a kid with a dime sack, man. Got scared because the police kicked his door in for a goddamn dime sack and killed him for it. Killed him for it. Without search warrant. Not even arrest the kid, man. Killed the kid. Shot him, man. Unarmed, black kid. In his own fucking house. This same week, the judge dismissed all charges against the police for killing that boy. Donald Johnson, 21, New Orleans, Louisiana. Dwayne Brown, 26, East New York, Brooklyn, New York, 26. Angelo Clark, Little Rock, Arkansas, 31. Stephen Rodriguez, 22, Montgomery Park, California. Christopher Cassane, 26, Cypress Hills, New York. Antoine White, 17, Brooklyn, New York. Stephon Watts, Chicago, Illinois, 15. Antoine White, going back to that one, 17. Ramarley Graham, 18, Bronx, New York. This is the young man I was just telling you about. Manuel Loggins Jr., 31, San Clemente, California. Johnny Kamiha Warren, 43, Duluth, Alabama. Trayvon Martin, 17, Sanford, Florida. Raymond Allen, 34, Galveston, Texas. Justin Sipp, 20, New Orleans, Louisiana. Dante Price, 25, Dayton, Ohio. Melvin Lawhorn, 26, Kershaw, South Carolina. Bo Morrison, 20, West Bend, Wisconsin. Nehemiah Dillard, 29, Gainesville, Florida. Wendell Allen, New Orleans, Louisiana. Michael Lamhart, 22, Allen was 20. Lamhart, 22, Newborough, New York. Marquez Smart, 23, Wichita, Kansas. Jersey Green, 37, Aurora, Illinois. Robert Dumas Jr., 42, Maple Heights, Cleveland, Ohio. Kendry LaValle McDade, 19, Pasadena, California. Irvin Jefferson, 18, Atlanta, Georgia. They have name withheld right here. 16, San Laredo, California. A 16-year-old who died in the custody of Alameda County Juvenile Justice Center. Neither the cause of his death nor name has yet been released by the time this report that I just printed out. Sharon Jackson, 21, Baltimore, Maryland. Tendai Nakirio, 18, Atlanta, Georgia. Rakita Boyd, 22, Chicago, Illinois. A woman shot by an off-duty police officer, innocent bystander. Now, with that being said, that's a lot of names I read, and you heard Trayvon Martin's name in there. All these were not for a year. All these were black African-American children. A couple of men mentioned in there, but the average age of everyone that I read on here was 23. Those 28, 29 individuals on that sheet of paper were killed between January and March of 2012. 29 children killed by police or an authoritative figure. We ain't talking about gangland mafias killings. We ain't talking about one-on-one murders. We ain't talking about police brutality. We are talking about killed, lives taken, by either someone employed by the government, a city official, a police, or a vigilante. Within that 3-month time period, the total year, their capped out count was at 313 African American black citizens murdered in the streets of America by public law officials. Now, I'll give you time to marinate on that. I need to for a minute before I get upset. Or more upset. So what I'm gonna do to catch my mind and get my breath together, I'm gonna play the clip by our president, Barack Obama, and what he addressed and said to the media today in the impromptu speech that he came, because again, this wasn't a supposed, like a State of the Union address where you had the president, he's supposed to make this appearance. The president bum rushed the stage before his press secretary could say anything because nobody asked him about Trayvon Martin and the Zimmerman case while he was actually doing his appearances for the week. Nobody asked him. So he bum rushed the stage and had this to say about the Trayvon Martin incident.
When Trayvon Martin was first shot, I said that this could have been my son. Another way of saying that is Trayvon Martin could have been me 35 years ago. And when you think about why, in the African American community at least, there's a lot of pain around what happened here. I think it's important to recognize that the African American community is looking at this issue through a set of experiences and a history that doesn't go away. There are very few African American men in this country who haven't had the experience of being followed when they were shopping in a department store. That includes me. There are very few African American men who haven't had the experience of walking across the street and hearing the locks click on the doors of cars. That happens to me, at least before I was a senator. There are very few African Americans who haven't had the experience of getting on an elevator and a woman clutching her purse nervously and holding her breath until she had a chance to get off. That happens often. And I don't want to exaggerate this, but those sets of experiences inform how the African American community interprets what happened one night in Florida. And it's inescapable for people to bring those experiences to bear. The African American community is also knowledgeable that there is a history of racial disparities in the application of our criminal laws. Everything from the death penalty to enforcement of our drug laws. And that ends up having an impact in terms of how people interpret the case. Now, this isn't to say that the African American community is naive about the fact that African American young men are disproportionately involved in the criminal justice system, that they're disproportionately both victims and perpetrators of violence. It's not to make excuses for that fact, although black folks do interpret the reasons for that in a historical context. They understand that some of the violence that takes place in poor black neighborhoods around the country is born out of a very violent past in this country, and that the poverty and dysfunction that we see in those communities can be traced to a very difficult history. And so the fact that sometimes that's unacknowledged adds to the frustration. And the fact that a lot of African American boys are painted with a broad brush, and the excuse is given, well, there are these statistics out there that show that African American boys are more violent. Using that as an excuse to then see sons treated differently causes pain. I think the African American community is also not naive in understanding that statistically, somebody like Trayvon Martin was probably statistically more likely to be shot by a peer than he was by somebody else. So folks understand the challenges that exist for African American boys. But they get frustrated, I think, if they feel that there's no context for it.
That's right.
And that context is being denied.
Talk to him, Mr. President.
And that all contributes, I think, to a sense that if a white male teen was involved in the same kind of scenario, that from top to bottom, both the outcome and the aftermath might have been different.
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Now, the question for me at least, and I think for a lot of folks, is where do we take this? How do we learn some lessons from this and move in a positive direction? I think it's understandable that there have been demonstrations and vigils and protests, and some of that stuff is just going to have to work its way through as long as it remains nonviolent. If I see any violence, then I will remind folks that that dishonors what happened to Trayvon Martin.
Outstanding, Mr. President. Outstanding. And thank you for that, sir. And thank you for that. You know, what that does is that actually indicates, and that's the first time in President Obama's administration, in his terms, in his, what is it, 7th year in being in office? I think 6th year. Yeah, in his 6th year of being in office, that he actually went direct to the black community. That's how serious this issue is. That's how unfair or attention grabbing, shall I say, the decision of George Zimmerman was, to where the President of the United States is commenting on a civil matter, state civil matter. You heard him indicate and talk about the frustrations of the African American male. And if y'all want to see the whole video, don't go to YouTube. Don't go to YouTube. They got, because they'll take that, on the YouTube video clips, they got, you know, like people in there that has it half cut, and they giving their whole insight on it. Then they play a little bit. That piece that I played for you guys right there, I couldn't download it. So that piece that I played for you guys right there, that came directly from the MSN source. There's here Black Widow in the building, y'all. Black Widow Queen, how they got out. So that whole clip that I played right there that was unedited, you can grab that seat right there. Grab that seat right there. So that clip right there that I just played that came unedited came from MSN NBC. So I want y'all to go, if y'all want to hear it, y'all go to that website to lay it down and hear everything uninterrupted and uncensored, or has any uncommon, the other uncommons with it, and all that stuff right here. So, he went down, he talked about the dispersion. Well, I just laid out for you a little bit about how fucked up the shit was. Well, not just Trayvon, but the other guys as well. But the overall aspect of the 313 that got killed, we could talk about that in just 1 year. less men died in the war in Afghanistan in 1 year than black men who got killed, black children who got killed by authoritative figures here in the United States. You understand? But he's also talking about the complete outweightness of the justice system. He mentioned it. Mr. President mentioned it. About how it's completely biased in regards to the black men that are going to jail for the same crimes that have been charged against other individuals of different backgrounds and ethnicities that are not going to jail. He knows it. He's easy to recognize it. And again, to his credit, for him to even address it, says a lot. Says a lot. I'm going to play another clip from a different perspective. And then I really want to, matter of fact, before I say that, I'm going to set it up like this. Where are the rest of you? Where are our so-called heroes, celebrated figures, our black this and our black, where the fuck are y'all? I'm talking about right straight down. There comes a time, there was a man back in 1965, 66, who was drafted by the United States government. Let me give a background like this. This kid come from Kentucky. Somebody stole his bike when he was 13 years of age. Said he gonna bust somebody in their motherfucking ass. Somebody finna get it. You better come get me. Somebody going to jail, somebody gonna die. Somebody took his ass in and said, well, I'll tell you what, take that frustration you got right there for that kid that stole your bike on that bag right there. Put him inside of a gym, and he not only knocked out the bag, but he knocked out everybody in front of him. He was young, he was pretty, he floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee, baby. You sure can't beat Muhammad Ali. At the time of the draft in 1967, he was the heavyweight champion of the world, the pristine record, 19-1 of the world, Craig. It is. Draft that came in, and now this is a man who rose from straight nothing and grabbed something, and he never let go of his rock morals. He also changed his name during that time period, which makes it even stronger. This breed of nigga is a rare one. I feel dishonorable even calling him nigga. That's my mistake. My mistake. Muhammad Ali. He changed his name from Cassius Clay, converted to Islam, became the Honorable Muhammad Ali, and talk cash money shit to every news reporter, white boy that stepped up, didn't give a damn, held his ground, knew that he was looked upon and chastised, and especially during that time when we just got civil rights in. And now we knocking white folks out? Nigga, what? You hold the greatest title in the world, and you slinging these white folks around. They losing their mind. Fuck this man. Get this nigga.
That is against the law.
Yeah, that's against the law. You gotta go to jail or some nigga fucking put his ass in the draft. Fuck you ain't no draft. And his words to quote, ain't no Chinese man ever called me nigga, unquote. It's only you, and I'm paraphrasing now. It's only these United States here. It's only Your white American that calls me nigga, chastises me and puts me down and spits in my face, and you want me to go across seas and kill other people for you and your cause? You know what I'm saying? What's up, baby? Yo, peace, chain, motherfucker, me, E-Bang, made in the building, baby. Peace, chain, E-Bang, made the motherfucker, me in the building, baby. So, that is something. So, look here. To have a man like that take his stand on the ground the way he did it, you understand? And to not have not now one of our sports heroes say anything about anything. And it's been a week, and we had to have the president of these here United States set the precedent. I'm quite sure he really kind of didn't want to say nothing. He kind of wanted these other motherfuckers to come out here and say something, man. Yo, say something. Say something. I'm talking about Obama. Oh, man. I just played it earlier, but I'll fill you in a minute, peace chain. But with all that being said, I love my brothers, they be here, but I just need to finish this point. But with all this being said, not now one. Well, I tell you what, I take that back. One of our sports celebrities had something to say. It wasn't Oprah. Goddamn, she's a goddamn media queen, ain't she? You did? It wasn't Oprah Winfrey. It wasn't motherfucking me LeBron James. It wasn't Kobe. It wasn't Shaq. It wasn't all these reality shows, TV stars. It's too real. It wasn't Michael Jordan. It's too real for me. I can't touch this. Nigga, this one of us got killed. Our kids got killed, man. And you can't say nothing. So the president of these here United States world leader had to step out first and say something, really? Oh, but excuse me, like I said a minute ago, he wasn't the only one that said something. Somebody else had something to say too. And I got video on this one. Another celebrity had something to say. So let's hear what this celebrity had to say. Charles Barkley.
Well, I agreed with the verdict. Yeah. I feel sorry that young kid got killed, but they didn't have enough evidence to charge him. Something clearly went wrong that night. Clearly something went wrong, and I feel bad for anybody who loses a kid. But if you looked at the case and you don't make it, there was some racial profiling, no question about it. But something happened to change the dynamic of that night. And I know, and that's probably not a popular opinion among most people, but just looking at the evidence, I agree with the verdict. I just feel bad because I don't like when race gets out in the media, because I don't think the media has a pure heart, as I call it. There are very few people who have a pure heart when it comes to race. Racism is wrong in any shape, form. There are a lot of black people who are racist too. I think sometimes when people talk about race, they act like only white people are racist. There are a lot of black people who are racist. And I don't like when it gets out there in the media, because I don't think the media has clean hands.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I'm glad you made that point.
I don't think the media has clean hands. And like I said, I feel sorry that young kid got killed. But just judging by the evidence, I don't think that guy should have went to jail for the rest of his life. But something happened bad that night, obviously.
Yeah, I like what one of the jurors said. They said they both should have walked away.
Yes.
And if there's a shadow of a doubt, there's a shadow of a doubt.
And like I say, Mr. Zimmerman was wrong he was racial profiling.
Absolutely.
But I think Trayvon Martin, God rest his soul, I think he did flip the switch and start beating the hell out of Mr. Zimmerman. But it was just a bad situation. Like I said, the main thing I feel bad for, it gives every white person and black person who's racist a platform to vent their ignorance.
Right.
You know, that's the thing that bothered me the most, because I watched this trial closely, and I watch all these people on television talking about it. A lot of these people have a hidden agenda. You know, they want to have their racist views, whether they're white or black.
The bias comes out.
The bias, it definitely comes out.
Yeah.
It was a bad situation. We all lost. And I feel bad for his parents, because you don't ever want to see anybody lose a kid.
Right. Yeah, he might have got a speech therapist or some shit, huh? That nigga's a goddamn idiot. He a fucking moron. Yeah, that's true. He did sound intelligent. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, you gotta remember also that Charles is no bullshit. Charles is a Republican, so it is what it is.
I mean, Republican and common sense, two different things, baby.
Exactly.
Republican and common sense, two different things. Yo, that right there, that's motherfucking me ass E-Bang in the motherfucking house, baby. E-Bang, bang, 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 bang. And that right there is my motherfucking me ass monkey. Piece of chain, the motherfucking me ass house. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I had to get this motherfucking crackulated, man. It was on my chest. It was on my heart, man. I had to get going, man. You know what I'm saying? Right on. Look at your ass over there when she was sitting. That's a good mic. I'm talking to her. I hear myself. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You just got it. Hey, look how I hold the mic. You see that right there? You see that right there? Nigga, I'm just talking to the motherfucker and make it do what
Jose, you got come with a good mic here, baby. Yeah. Hey, look at me, mom. Yeah.
That's a huge error.
Anyway, all I'm saying is, my thing is no. He was charged with the wrong thing. Because murder is part of the proof.
True.
So you got to prove that. Although I do think that yes, he did go out with intent. He did go out with intent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can't prove what's in a nigga mind. So I thought the right charge to have charged him with is manslaughter. And when I knew he was found guilty when they came back and said, "Can we think about lesser charges?" So, but having said that,
right.
My argument is with the whole thing. When he stepped out of the car, he was wrong. We've all been in situations where we got in the shit.
Right on.
But, on good side and on bad side. You know what I'm saying? And first thing the first thing a law official will ask you, or if you still in school or whatever, first thing an official gonna ask you, well, who started it? And there is no doubt who started it. And from that point, a gangster, a pimp, a hustler, whatever Trayvon Martin is, I know they try to make him into the devil incarnate. I don't give a fuck. If it is the devil incarnate, you got a right to defend yourself. And once I know for me, you following me down the street, nigga, when I drive home from here or wherever I'm going, I'm looking in my goddamn mirror. And it's been many times I've turned up at my crib. It's been many times I've turned up into my apartments at my crib. And if I feel like a nigga following me, I'm gonna see what the fuck is going on. So when a nigga following you down the street, you walking around in your bed, the nigga following you down the street, you like, now why this motherfucker following me? So and then he get out. Okay, now you follow me, you get out. Okay, that means you want something. And I know he didn't get out. Excuse me there, sir. I'm neighborhood watch and I'm just trying to ascertain what you're doing. I know he wouldn't get out like that.
Right. So
he from that point on, once you start that conflict, just because you get your ass whooped, that don't mean nothing.
Right.
And that's like if I come in this bitch and slap you.
Right.
And okay. Even if you are the bigger partner or whatever, motherfucker slap you, bitch, I got a right to defend myself.
Yes, you do.
Bigger, black, whatever the case may be. And that's the main point that a lot of people missing.
And that's all fine.
Yeah.
Now, my question to you, please, sir, I know you want to say something, man. Jump on that mic before I even start grabbing into really what I want. Yeah, grab this mic right here, please. Please, Trey, no, this right here. Yeah, that one works, but this one's already hot and live and ready to go. But well, go ahead. You want to turn that one on? Go ahead. I got you. You on camera. Do your thing, baby. Do your thing. Turn the mic on.
Yo, what's up?
There you go. Go ahead. Speak your piece.
About what? About what's going on?
Yeah.
I really don't have too much to say about the situation, man, because it's like Eddie, you know, just like E-Bang said and
right.
Charles Barkley said. I mean,
Situation is the way the situation is, man. It's not gonna really change nothing because if you would have read my little, I call him event on Facebook. I put on there, I had a little event thing on Facebook, and it's basically every generation has a Trayvon Martin. You know what I'm saying? But with social media and everything that we have nowadays, it highlights the situations. I mean, it magnifies it, a million times what it really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me myself, like I said, I know they're having a rally tomorrow and all that, downtown Dallas and everything. But it starts with the kids. It starts with the kids. We got to get these kids at an earlier age. Then before they get on, BET and Atlanta.
Already.
All that shit right there.
I can't agree with you more.
We got to catch them before then. We got to catch them when he's still in the school, second, third grade, and let them understand what it is to be a black man in America.
I can't agree with you.
And that starts with us, And I feel like since we do have an outreach, let's say we got an outreach program here, RKN Studios and everything. I feel what we should do as elder statesmen now is, we should go out somewhere and get some young guys together and get us some more brothers on our team. We should go out and not put like a rally or something together, but try to get some kind of program we can talk to these young guys.
Just talk each one.
Just talk to them. Yeah, just reach out there and give them some head knowledge on what's going on and try to get them not to fuck their life off before they turn 16. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them don't understand the situation that they're off in because they don't have an older black statesman to sit down and give them the knowledge that they have. And they hear it from somebody else who probably been through the system and he thinking that's the way to go, and I think they gotta have stripes before you turn 16 or 17, and that's not the way to go. And I also said on my blog that the way we growed up, it was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was, and it was cool. But if you go back and look up any of them niggas that you looked up to today, they ain't got a motherfucking pot to piss in or a motherfucking window to throw it out of. So I say it starts with our youth, man. We need to get on our youth, man, and we need to get on their motherfucking back and ride them all across the finish line. When I mean that finish line, I mean the finish line of life. I mean graduating high school with no kids, no criminal record, and be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do in America. And that's my opinion on that subject.
Already.
I really can't argue with that. Because that's exactly how I'm going to justify it. That is the goddamn cure for what I was going to try to end the show with. The goddamn piece of train when motherfucking man monkey just jump all over the goddamn play with this shit. So the anywho is, but yes, I agree, and I will come back full circle to that a little bit later. But I need to address the goddamn ass full point of what's going on. We're talking about what happened to Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
Before you guys came in, that speech I was making was about what happened between January and March of 2012. That is the exact same thing that happened to Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
There were 29 other people, kids, who were killed unarmed by the police across the country.
Already.
And I named their names out. So, and that added to the total of 313 black people, black men who were killed and gunned down in 2012 alone by the police. It goes into an ignorant state. It goes into a fear state. But it also goes into what Peace Chain was just talking about with the children. They know the children is the way out, and they're killing our kids. They started by taking away our language, taking away our cultural rights, our links. They went on and started killing our leaders, took them out the picture. They gave us the crack. They gave us every kind of mental goddamn stimulation that they can possibly be to keep us from thinking right. And then when you start to get your head straight, well, hold up, man, I caught you some cocaine last week. You're going to jail for 20 years. So fucking put them in jail. And I got documents that show we get in jail 6 times the national population rate than anyone else. America already has the highest incarceration rate per capita of any civilized country by leaps and bounds in the world. Now, when you talk about the world, everybody being in jail, And he's just segregated down to where you have a population that's incarcerated 6 times higher than the national average. And already a country that is by leaps and bounds putting people in jail, it gets incredibly frustrating is the word.
But on the same note as that, Raku, it was a documentary came on. I watched about a month ago, and a lot of the old things that we heard growing up. It's more black men in prison than it is in college.
Yeah, those ain't true no more.
This shit is not true.
And I was having the same.
This shit is not true.
Along those same lines, I was having the same discussion with, like I said, a dude, and I was breaking it down to him about you hear black on the whole thing, black on black crime, black on black, and they come at us with black on black crime to say, look at these animals.
Right.
They killing their own, they killing other people. But if you really look at the statistics, like I said,
I need you to slow down. Slow down.
Yeah.
Before you finish your point, the president of the United States said today. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that shit up.
Well, before you even do that right there,
and don't believe your documentary. Here he is right here. The president is saying what you're saying, what you said you saw, is not true. The president is saying this. All right. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it back and just try to get to where he was saying it. Hold up.
And the excuses given, well, there are these statistics out there that show that African American boys are more violent. Using that as an excuse to then see sons treated differently causes pain. I think the African American community is also not naive in understanding that statistically, somebody like Trayvon Martin was probably statistically more likely to be shot by a peer than he was by somebody else. So folks understand the challenges that exist for African American boys. But they get frustrated, I think, if they feel that there's no context for it. And that context is being denied. And that all contributes, I think, to a sense that if a white male teen was involved in the same kind of scenario, that from top to bottom, both the outcome and the aftermath might have been different. Now, the question for me at least, and I think for a lot of folks, is where do we take this? How do we learn some lessons from this and move in a positive direction? I think it's understandable that there have been demonstrations and vigils and protests, and some of that stuff is just going to have to work its way through as long as it remains nonviolent. If I see any violence, then I will remind folks that that dishonors what happened to Trayvon Martin and his family. But beyond protests or vigils, the question is, are there some concrete things that we might be able to do? I know that Eric Holder is reviewing what happened down there, but I think it's important for people to have some clear expectations here. Traditionally, these are issues of state and local government. The criminal code and law enforcement is traditionally done at the state and local levels, not at the federal levels. Poor black neighborhoods around the country is born out of... Now, this isn't to say that the African American community is naive about the fact that African American young men are disproportionately involved in the criminal justice system, that they're disproportionately both victims and perpetrators of violence. It's not to make excuses for that fact, although black folks do interpret the reasons for that in a historical context. They understand that some of the violence that takes place in poor black neighborhoods around the country is born out of a very violent past in this country, and that the poverty and dysfunction that we see in those communities can be traced to a very difficult history. And so the fact that sometimes that's unacknowledged adds to the frustration. And the fact that a lot of African American boys are painted with a broad brush, and the excuse is given, well, there are these statistics out there that show that African American boys are more violent. Using that as an excuse to then see sons treated differently causes pain. I think the African American community is also not naive in understanding that statistically, somebody like Trayvon Martin was probably statistically more likely to be shot by a peer than he would.
But hold on.
Again, thank you, Mr. President, because I didn't get an opportunity to actually play the whole thing. Because like I said before you guys came in, I played the clip of most significance that actually broke down, with the point that you was making, I saw a documentary, Ron, that says that people that of color aren't disproportionate like he. I'm saying that the President of the United States is saying that, yeah, it is. He said that. You heard him say that. And he's the leader of the
I didn't hear him say that. I didn't hear that part on there where he said that.
He said you're disproportionately incarcerated in the justice system. Did you not? Oh, you didn't want to hear it.
No.
Okay.
I didn't hear that part right there. But what I'm saying is, the main thing I keep telling everybody is what you got to focus on. It's not a white and black thing. I tell people all the time, numbers run the world. If you don't understand what I'm saying, numbers run the world. And the main thing is you keep hearing is statistics, which are numbers. It run the world. Every time you go out and do a statistic thing, it's a research group behind that searching that's doing that, that's finding out the numbers going on. And what they do is they go back to your local representative and they get together and they draws up bills. So most of the people that you're going to see tomorrow out there marching, they don't know what's going on inside their own house in their state. You see what I'm saying? So when they come up with a bill, it's only when the bill comes out and get passed that people say, oh, hell no, they can't do this to us.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
But wait. But when it comes to statistics and shit like that, we need to get more involved in the political thing aspects of it too. Exactly. It's a two sides to a mirror.
Okay,
one side you see yourself,
listen what you're
side
saying.
you don't see shit.
And I believe you.
What side are you on?
I'm on the side of yes. You are correct. But listen, if you have people, black men, black boys, that if they're not being killed, they're being thrown in jail at a disproportionate rate, that takes away your right to vote, which goes directly into the political system to where the vote actually mandates the laws that are passed.
That's where you implement but see, all that shit is a cop-out. That's where you implement programs in school, like sex education and all that. You get these kids at an early age, I'm telling you, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, you get them kids then when they start doing bad shit. You get them then and you let them know what the repercussions of their actions going to be for the next 30, 40 years of their life. You put programs in there, you bring mentors in these schools, and you bring the kids and you talk to them. And if they go after the fact, if you don't teach somebody that they go out and do dumb shit, that's a dumb motherfucker. But if you take an individual from the 3rd, 4th grade all the way up to high school, you have programs every year that advances them in the same thing that you teach them every year, and they go out and fuck up, then that's on them.
Okay, let me ask you something.
The situation going on with the kids doing drugs and selling drugs, and most of the people that's in incarcerated right now,
let me ask you something.
Because they try to sell drugs because they offer it.
Who got the best drugs?
Huh?
You are an experienced man of the world.
Who got the best drugs?
Who got the best drugs?
Colombia.
Okay, what drugs are you referring to?
Shit, the major drug it is.
Okay.
Cocaine.
Okay. Who do they distribute that drug to?
The white boys.
Okay. So if you got the best drug dealers initially distributing their best drugs to the white boys, but the white boys are the ones making the laws that are still currently in Congress and still doing everything, but it's the black niggas that's thrown to jail at the higher rate for these same drugs. Do you not see a problem?
Well, the problem is Obama already trying to get that problem turned over because he already did something what they did with the grams of crack. He did some of those
All right,
things with the grams of crack.
Let me backtrack that question.
No. I'm getting your point.
Let me trade out that question with another question. So don't answer that question. How is it that more blacks are going to jail disproportionately for the same crime as whites?
I was getting to that point, but I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
It's because if you go by law, crack and cocaine are two different substances. Because you got to manufacture crack.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So once you cook it from the natural state,
right,
it's no longer cocaine.
I'm with you. I got you.
And the biggest push we had was started with your boy, with Barbara Bush.
Right.
What did it say? No to crack. Crack is whack or whatever the program
the war
had
on
out.
drugs. That was actually started by Ronald Reagan, but I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Ronald Reagan. Nancy Reagan. That's what it was. So the highest way you can do it is, and then the average drug dealer that's a white person or a white boy, he got a lawyer in the background. The average guy that fuck around on the streets that's selling dope, if he ain't one of the biggest niggas in the hood, he don't have no lawyer in his payroll already.
Man, them lawyers is about as dumb as that goddamn ass brick outside, nigga.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you
You got a lawyer behind you, man.
Let me tell you something.
And you put money in there. It's a difference between staying in jail at night and getting out that same day.
Sir, you really look at this shit on a even keel, and it's wrong. It's beautiful, but it's wrong. It's beautiful, but it's wrong. You know why? Because when you stand in front of me as a black man, I see you exactly as what you are, my sister. Babe, what happened? And I found this damn crack on the street. I thought I'd try it a little bit, get a little high, and here come your boy. He come down the street and busted me. What you do for a living, baby? Hey, I go to school. I'm trying to be a doctor and everything, all stuff right here. I got kids to have. I never do it around kids, Judge. I never do it around kids. Okay, all right. Is this the first time? Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm judge, Ra is judge. Okay, well look. I'm gonna tap your pockets a little bit, and I'm gonna put you on probation. I'm gonna make sure these boys this is the first time you just did this bullshit. All right. So about 5 years probation, you pay about a $5,000 fine to make sure other motherfuckers don't do it. I'm gonna add community service to you because I want you to go out there.
Because that fuels the justice system.
Well, let me finish talking. So I'm gonna add community service to you. I'll give you about 40 hours of community service. I know you're busy with the babies and everything. So I'm gonna add 40 hours, and you got throughout the duration of your probation stretch at them 40 hours. Nobody's gonna pressure you on that. All right. And if they do, you come back and holler at me. All right. So you paid $5,000 fine. You got 5 years of probation. I'll give you 3 years really for your first offense. Because your first offense and you're a mama. Now, I understand how it goes, so. But you're definitely gonna do community service as well throughout the duration. So now get on the hell up out of my court. Now, let it be a white boy sitting in front of me and say that same thing. Oh, I just found a cracker on the street, y'all. Fuck you, nigga. You look like a goddamn crack dealer. I know you white boys get the best goddamn drugs that come in straight from these motherfucking me-ass Colombians, and you distribute that shit out to my people, and I don't like it. I don't like any.
And you the judge? You the judge. You can't do that because you biased. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Keep listening. Keep listening.
You can't do that.
Keep listening.
Go ahead.
Keep listening. So, what I'm gonna do, young man or young lady, to teach you a lesson, to understand that we don't tolerate that in this community, in this society,
in my city,
in my district, in my jurisdiction. This is why I'm an elected official, because I am tough and I am hardcore on those who violate our drug laws. You, on this first offense, you're going to jail. You're going to jail for a minimum of 10 years, as by law dictates. As by the laws passed dictate. I'm going to send you to jail to figure out what you did wrong in our community. To understand that you have time to think about it. And you'll be eligible for probation or parole when you go to jail. You'll be eligible for parole
in 3.5 years. Now, that's if you do good time. That's if you do good time. Now, in that 3 years when you're eligible for parole, and you got how many kids? 4 kids? You got 4 kids you got to deal with? If those kids still love you and respect you, you still really can't see them without somebody being with your supervisor because you're a drug dealer. You're a goddamn drug dealer. Now, if you even attempt to violate, if I even see a piece of drug around you, your ass is never gonna have your parole revoked. But I'm gonna send you away from your kids for the next 15 years because we gave you a break on that parole and you pissed in my face on it. We are tough on drugs. We are tough on drug dealers. We are tough on drug violators. See you later, bye, Jew. Get your ass in the can. And that's exactly what takes place every day in the justice system. Now go ahead and say what you want to say.
That's bullshit.
Now, let me just interject with one thing, because I think both of y'all wrong. Y'all just on 2 different ends of the spectrum. But what Peter Chain is talking about is at the beginning, and what Raku is talking about is at the end. Because it does have. There is no way to look at it. It does happen. Your race determines your sentence. Now and gender. Again, I'll tell you, like I told some people I was talking to this about. If we all in here speeding, and you got a white car, you got a black car, Rod got a green car, I got a red car. And we all speeding, we all going 75. The red car gets pulled over.
Yes, you
The
do.
cops will tell you, yeah, if I see a red car that's speeding, I'm pulling that bitch. If it's not speeding, I'm look, it just catches your eye. It just catches your eye. People tell you, don't never buy a red sports car. You're going to get pulled over all the goddamn time. Police officials will tell you, don't buy a red sports car. You're going to get pulled over. Black males are the red sports car in our society. If I'm doing something wrong, you pull me over for speeding or whatever. If you pull me over, it's a lot of people that you pull them over for speeding. Where they was speeding, I'm not going to ever say no bullshit like that. You pull me over speeding? Where you speeding? I guess I was, sir. That's why you here. Yeah, I pulled you over speeding. Okay. You have an excuse now. Just trying to get somewhere in the area. No bullshit. That's what it is. If I break the law and you catch me, by all means. That's what the law is there for. Prosecute me. But my prosecution should be equal, the same as everybody else.
Goddamn right.
I shouldn't get 4 years, 5 more years, 10 more years, 20 more years. Just because I'm a young black male and I'm not young no more.
Well, we need more black prosecutors, black lawyers.
Okay, well, how do they get there if they getting records when they kids?
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. It starts when they're young, right?
Wait, if you don't have the chance when you're young because you make a mistake.
I just said you catch them when they're young now. The motherfuckers that done fucked up now, they fucked. I'm talking about the 3rd and 4th graders now. You get them now. And you change the
I don't
situation.
give a damn what you say, Peace Chain.
Both on the same page.
You get them now.
About the same shit.
Go ahead, break it down.
On 2 different ends of the spectrum.
You talking about the motherfucker that's already in the system.
Peace and Chain is talking about go to
Get them before the system.
And raise the children right. Each one teach one. Go in and speak to the little babies when they still impressionable.
Exactly.
Now, when you 18 and 19 and when you up in there and you fucking up and you in the system, yes. When you in the system, nigga, you in the system.
You're missing the point.
You're
missing the gap that I'm trying to close. The gap that I'm trying to close is that you can talk to a kid. No, listen to me now. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I know. I was gonna
listen to
say
me.
something, motherfucker.
Listen to me. I don't want to lose you. Stay with me. Right?
Stay with me.
It doesn't matter how well you want to talk to a kid. You can talk to a kid, say 12 blue in the fucking face. They still gonna do what the fuck they want to do until they actually, and that's good. That teaches that and you should want that.
With that being said, Rob, if you got 30 kids, you're gonna reach at least 3 or 4 of them. I can't worry about the other 25 that don't get the shit. It's the form that make it that I'm concerned about.
Do you understand how unattainable what you're saying is?
It's not unattainable.
It's very unattainable.
Who doing it that you know?
Dog, listen,
it's not unattainable.
Listen. I want you to hear me. I'm sorry you can't see this point of it because you think that if you talk to a kid, that they'll get right. That's how he's talking to me.
He said if you talk to 300 kids, if you reach 1 or 2, you've done your job.
That's right.
Everybody ain't gonna. You
can't save the world, baby.
I can tell a lot of people. Say, dog, you open up that door.
What it says?
Hold on. I can tell a lot of people that still, if there were 300 people in right here on this side of this door, I can tell them all, hey, you open that door, you take one step out, it ain't no light. You take one step out, there's a big ass hole. If you don't watch yourself, you're gonna fall in that hole. Ain't but a few people gonna listen to you.
Shit.
Mainly kids. So as long as you make if you listen to me, if I can only tell you, if you don't listen, I told you. Now, once you're in the hole, I can say, I gotta go and get this ladder. You're gonna be in the hole for a minute. But you in the hole. The other niggas that listen and hop over the hole or move around the hole, those the niggas that make it. Everybody in life ain't what you said this a million goddamn times. Haven't been from where you come from and did the shit you did. A lot of people wouldn't did this shit you did. 1 in 1,000. If that.
And in that 300, it's at least 5 of them just like you.
When a nigga talk to you, we've all been in a situation where motherfuckers that talk to us. Some of us didn't listen, some of us did.
I didn't listen to shit.
Well, hold up. But you had enough, you heard them, and you had enough intelligence to make a couple moves. Now, some of us had a lot of luck. It's a lot of luck involved in not getting fucked up.
And that's the point. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We didn't have, okay, listen, let me break it down so simple that where everybody understands what the fuck I'm talking about. Right? If you have 3 marbles in your hand and the teacher says, walk to the front of the class and walk back. If you walk to the front of the class and then turn around and walk back with those 3 marbles in your hand, you have a fair life. But if you walk to the front of the class and you trip and you fall a little bit and you lose a marble here, lose a marble there, you see you rolling back, well, hold up now, come on, I need you to come back with 2 or at least 1 or at least 3. I failed, teacher, I failed. I'm sorry, I lost 1 or 2. As opposed to the teacher helping you find those marbles and putting them back in your hand until you go back and sit down, the teacher chastises you, burns you, puts oil on your hand, and it makes you a cripple for the rest of your life because you tripped on your way walking up to class. Who's wrong, the child or the teacher?
I'm not saying you're supposed to burn it, but you are supposed to. If you make a mistake in life, you should be chastised. If you make a mistake in life, oh, it's okay, baby. Oh, and you fuck around and shoot somebody's dog or hang somebody's cat or go out and sell a couple $1,000 worth of goddamn dope or steal a car or whatever. Nigga, you supposed to be chastised. Nigga, goddamn, you fucking up. You supposed to now. In that situation,
a kid brought
get his leg cut off or arm cut off.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Trayvon Martin was just walking home.
Again, we've all been pulled over walking black.
Okay, listen. Slow down.
Have we not?
Have a sip. Take a drink.
All I gotta say is one word, nigga. Timber Park.
Shit.
That's it.
Me and my brother got pulled over one time. Walking through, we living on Rowan. Remember that Rowan?
I remember Rowan.
East Dallas.
We coming through her park like we did every goddamn night. This nigga, everybody know my brother. He's older than me. Thin back in the day. I'm right. We look like number 10 walking down the street. He got on his military because he's coming straight from school. He got on his military shit. I got on. Remember the cross color shit? Remember that shit that bad? I got on a church coat. Red, beige, and blue, and green.
Yeah, cross color.
Top pull us over.
I want y'all to watch this show tomorrow. I want both of y'all to watch this show.
We fit a description.
Of what?
We in the description of who, nigga? We in the description of who? Now, is it right? Fuck no. And like I told the cop that night, nigga, you wrong. This shit is bullshit. You know we don't fit no goddamn. If you feel like pulling us over, you want to ask us some questions, just ask us some goddamn questions. You ain't got to come with all this bullshit. Now, Trayvon and punk ass Zimmerman, that's a motherfucking, we citizens. We both citizens. That's a whole different thing. We both citizens, and I got a problem with the prosecution more than anything, but we'll go there later.
I think
you're not hearing the
correct me if
wrong.
I'm wrong, but I think what you was trying to say is that everyone, the bias needs to be put aside. I mean, whether it's your first, second, or third offense.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they should be going by that. Okay, is this your first offense? Like, you know, you got a clean rap. Like what? Like, okay. You know, just like you said, I'm giving you this, but that should be across the board for everybody. Whether
there should be
black,
no color involved at all.
Nope, no race, gender, nothing.
Yeah.
I think that's where he was trying to go with it.
I'm trying to get there, and I really want to make sure that you understand. I'm not just talking about Trayvon.
How many times have I said, and if you haven't heard me say it, let me say it again. The person on trial shouldn't even be seen.
Yeah, I understand your theory behind that, but we're dealing with the reality of it.
Well, if we can get there closer with my thing than what you talking about, because I'm gonna tell you right now, prejudice exists.
Okay,
it exists in black, it exists in white, it exists in Latinos. Everybody have prejudice, and when you work in law enforcement every day, and the niggas you busting every day, the right niggas you busting every day. We ain't talking about the wrong niggas, but the right niggas you busting every day. And just like any job you work, if you customer service, and every time you get a call from a
and even with that being said, it is different when you even say the prejudice thing, cause some things are inbred and some things as far as prejudice are forced on you.
Well, I'm not even talking about the inbred, but you gotta admit, if you're a cop and you pull over 4 cars that got 4 brothers in it, 4 cars in a row, they packed up, and you pull them out, and 3 of them got warrants, tags out of date, you find a gun. Something happens every time you do this. You're going to do it every time. You're going to do it every time.
He can get my good Lord. He talking about people getting pulled over.
No, look.
I'm still heated about that one.
Look. Go ahead, Shay.
You're not making a point.
What I'm trying to say is,
Shay,
I ain't making a point.
Rob.
I ain't say nothing yet.
Yes,
the shit you done said.
Right.
Yes, it's
You ain't making a point.
But as human beings, we all know that's not a reality. Right. So what I was saying originally was the only way that you can get even close to that is having the race not be interjected into the trial. And the only way to do that is not have the person come in.
Well, see, what Eddie's talking about is a change in the Constitution of the United States. Right. So, as opposed to changing the Constitution of the United States, I have a smaller theory just to go step by step with that.
Change it once because we ain't.
No, we have amendments. We don't change the Constitution.
We amended it because we ain't 3/5 no more. So we did it once. We can do it again.
Well, no, we're still quite three. Well, actually, the 3/5 is an upgrade from the quarter. So with that being said, I'm not gonna get into semantics about it because again, it takes away from the overall what I'm trying to relay to the people to get a full understanding about what's going on. All right, what's going on, and that if your it's not my opinion. All I'm doing is really elaborating on what your president, who sees everything that's going, they ain't got to go through this motherfucker. He's saying if Trayvon was white, if this whole situation was white, it wouldn't have turned out this way.
Nope.
He said that. That's what your president said.
And who the fuck don't know that?
Well, evidently you, because you make me defend.
You telling me I don't know that?
Yeah.
You telling me
Yeah.
He just did.
This is why I say it. You remember what I said? I want you to go back and watch the show.
You telling me I don't know that?
I want you.
What I'm telling you is I already assimilated that information that you're telling me, and I've moved on from that.
How did you move on from it?
You
the kid with the pebbles. You the kid with the 3 pebbles walking to the front of the class and you fell. going back to my God.
I've already eliminated. I've already elaborated on that.
You know you didn't.
Yes, I did. I said if you fall in life, did anybody
Keep talking. Keep talking.
If you fall in life,
if you selling cocaine, if you a goddamn drug dealer, if your ass is doing to make you tons of joke, your ass need to go to jail here. That's what you said.
Before I said that, I said if you fall in life and you make a mistake, you should be punished. Isn't that what I said? And if you, but I said no, you shouldn't be. What you said, burn your hand and cut your arm off and all that shit. No, that's not an appropriate punishment. But if you fall in life, yes. If you break the rules, yes. There are certain punishments that a person has to go through. But yes, our system, in this case the teacher, should say, okay, yes, maybe you got to go to the back of the class, but here's your belt. Now go to the back of the class and start over.
That's
what he was trying to get.
That's what I was trying to say.
I said that.
No, that's the first time you said that, sir.
Okay, well, sometimes I run a little further than y'all talk.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Thank you. That's the point. Go ahead. Now we can move on. Yes, now we can move
That's
on.
what I was elaborating on, but
well,
like I don't.
Like I say, you need to watch the show. Do you ever watch your shows? I'm asking.
Again, my math teachers used to tell me to put my work on the paper, and I used to say I do it in my head.
I really want you to watch our show.
I do it in my head, and I feel.
Watch our show. Right. Watch our show. I want you to watch our show.
I do watch the show.
No, I want you to watch this show particularly. All right. I'm gonna ask you to watch this show, please, because you'll hear what I'm saying, and you'll see how it's all laid out, and then you'll hear what you just said, and then you hear what you just said. But anyway, so anywho, baby girl, what happened to you this week? I wanted to set it up, but fuck it. Let's just get right to it. Let's get right to it. Go ahead, go.
So, everybody knows I'm in school.
Yeah.
Trying to do my thing. So I've been doing rounds in Arlington at a hospital. Got to be there at 6. So I'm out real early in the morning. Dropping the kids off, and I'm rolling. My car is completely spotless. There's nothing on my record. No nothing. Everything's up to date. Okay? So, 635 to 20. Right in that little, curve there where 635 turns into 20 or whatever, I'm cruising. Speed limit 65. I'm not even going 70. It's like dead center in between 65 and 70. Cruising. Okay. This fool, he going a little bit slow. Okay, let me cut my blink on. Get on. Okay. All right. Now I'm cruising. And then, I don't like to be all the way over to the left. So I'm like, okay, let me get where I'm comfortable because, it's kind of clear. Cut the signal, moved over. I'm rolling. I see a car behind me, but I'm just like, look, if you want to go faster, you're going to have to go around. I'm cruising. It's the laws. Flashlights, everything. I get put, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I pull over. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, Lord Jesus. Because, I got some issues going on in my mind. And so, what irritated me, and I know it's probably for their safety too, but he walks up, on the right side of my car.
Right, as he should.
With, his flashlight, he's looking, not just looking, but like trying to gawk in the back seat.
Right.
Before he actually looks up in the front at me. Right. And I have the little, the creepy guy window crack going, or whatever. He's like, "Hi, can you roll your window down?" I said,
That's right.
He said, "Well, I'm, such and such from the sheriff's department." I said, "Oh, okay." And then, I see the badge. Well, okay, roll it down. Right. You weren't using your turn signal. Yes, I was. Can I see your driver's license and insurance? Okay, but why did you pull me over? He was like, can I see your driver's license and insurance? No. You failed to use your turn signals, when you got over. I said, that's a lie. I said, no, I did not. I said, and I only know this because when I cut it on, you can tell the cars can see it because they either going to speed up or they're going to slow down and let you over. I'm no fool. And so, I feel, sit down with her. Please sit down with her, Lord Jesus. Because we going to go to jail if she open her mouth.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, I need to go ahead and, get your information. Well, I said, you know what? Here go my driver's license. Go look up the insurance in your car.
You already knew it before you pulled me over.
Yeah. And so he goes back there. I sat there for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I'm sitting there, and I do not like to be late. So then, shut up. Please, shut girl. Oh, good God. Ooh, Jesus, come save me. So he comes back, and I'm like, if this motherfucker writes me a ticket, we gonna throw that. I'm gonna turn this city out. You motherfuckers gonna pay. Cause I know y'all got a dash cam.
Can you tell she a Gemini? Can you tell she a Gemini?
I know y'all got a dash cam, and I can guarantee that you see both times my signal's going off. So he comes back. Here you go. Everything checks out okay. You're free to go with a verbal warning. I said, warning for what? You need to use your turn signal. I did. You know what? You can't see. Excuse me?
You heard me, bitch? You can't see.
I see white people go ahead.
And so, I take the license back or whatever, had, get on the phone, call my better half so he could calm me down. Cause I'm about, oh my God. And first thing I hit my was, he didn't say no, I did not. Well, sounds like he didn't have nothing better to do. I said, that could be true. I said, but there something just don't feel right. I was pissed all day. I get back to the house, and, I told my daddy what happened, whatever. And he was like, this morning, they had a story on the news or whatever, and they didn't play it again. It was just real quick, so I don't know if anybody else caught it. But apparently there was some crime committed over there in that area. All they knew was that it was a light-colored Impala with multiple people in it.
I saw it. I saw the news clip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But then I got pissed off even more. Bitch, you knew you pulled over the wrong motherfucker, and you ain't say shit.
Well,
you motherfuckers owe me.
If you're smart, if you're a smart criminal, then you always have a female driver.
Right.
So, and that's really what I wanted to say, but I know the black widow I got to deal with, so I really don't want to deal with that, so I'm going to leave it alone. That's why I didn't reply to nothing. That's why I just shut the fuck up. I don't want to deal with my sister.
And, I mean, while you was back there checking for 10 minutes, you knew you fucked up.
Yeah. But listen, let me ask you something. You feel that feeling right there? At chastisement, all that shit right there?
And it only made the other feeling worse surrounding all this, controversy or whatever. I'm like, man.
See, that's a black man in America every month. We're pulled over like that, consistent. I don't even think about it anymore. Every time I get pulled over, nigga, 2 days ago I got pulled over by urban police. I mean, they see an Escalade truck, they see some signs on the door and all that shit.
Tinted windows.
Every day. Dog, this is nothing. If you knew how many times your brother got pulled over for this bullshit, it would blow your mind. It would really blow your mind, nigga. It's almost like, okay, whatever. Sign routine, here it is, right there. Are you writing the ticket or you giving them a warning? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Nigga, they pulled me over. The last South by Southwest we went to, and this is why I don't go to South by Southwest no more. The last South by Southwest I went to, on the way back, the nigga pulls me over. He got me in the car, got Phil in the car, Young Feezy, and Latina in the car. We hit what? What? Well, we got you speeding. How the hell you got me speeding and I'm behind a damn truck? You don't even see me. You don't even see me. We saw you. We saw you coming around the curve. How you come around the curve? We behind the truck. There's a truck in one lane. We in this lane. We come around the corner. We see the law. We see you. We see you. We stay behind the truck. The truck is, we're behind the truck. But you pulled us over for speeding. Hey, sir. Yes. Yeah, I pulled you over for speeding. Sir, we were behind the truck. I was not speeding, sir. You may want to pull that truck over. if you pulled over anybody for speeding. Sir, let me see your license, goddamn man. Okay, here it is. Wrote me a ticket, everything. So I had to go all the way back down to outside of Waco.
To get rid of it.
Yeah, to do the thing. Well, because really what it was, do you want to contest the ticket or do you want to pay it? I'm contesting.
Right.
I guess you want to see the video too, don't you, fancy
You
pants?
damn Skippy. Not fancy.
I guess sir, yes I do. They sent it to me like it's like, okay, well, what's the reason? Well, listen, we'll reset the court date to so and so. And the time they sent me that video, court date already passed. By the time I got the video, and when you play the video, look, it's like exactly what I said. I want to play it for y'all. I really do. One time I want to play it for y'all so y'all can see the video and y'all can see exactly. You'll see this big ass truck. And here comes the RKN truck right behind it. And then you see the laws pull out. Oh, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck was that? Oh, shit, he on fancy ass nigga.
The truck walking up and he just
Oh, hell no. Oh, you got the scooter fancy feet, shoes, cars. Oh, no. So the anywho is, and it goes back to what I'm saying with the teachers and the pebbles. The teachers and the pebbles, if you burn a child's arm, if you cut it out just because a child tripped, you're not doing your job as a teacher. Your job as a teacher is to show the child why they tripped.
Wait, you going too fast.
You're going too fast.
Slow down just a little bit. Make sure you take your shoe before you
Here
start.
your pebbles. Here your pebbles. Here your marbles. Put them back in your hand. Pick them up. Turn them around. Now go on back to your seat.
But you do realize
Now, with that being said,
they're not teachers.
with that being said, yes, they are.
They're not teachers.
That's why you elect the judge. Listen, if you're a white Eddie, I assure you, sir, you would see the same point of view that I'm about to bring out for you.
Maybe I would. Maybe I would.
No, I assure you would.
No.
You're a Virgo, right? The scales. These are the scales guys. You're the scales guys, right? So listen. You understand logic, but you gotta understand logic from somebody else's point of view. You understand logic in detail from your point of view, and it's a legitimate point of view from what you're seeing. But what you have to do is you gotta leave that alone and then jump over to where again the scenario is: if I'm a black judge in a black judicial system that blacks laid down the Constitution. If Jefferson, Washington, if all the motherfucking founding fathers were black, if all of them were black, all of them, you name it, Hitchcock, Hancock, the whole nine, if they all black, and we're laying down this Constitution of the United States, because we had broke away from some black oppressors, man, fuck these niggas. Fuck these motherfuckers, nigga. Fuck you, we got shit, nigga. Nigga, you dropped our marijuana in the ocean. Not a tea party, a weed party. Yeah, you dropped our hemp off in the water. Fuck you.
Officials high.
Yeah.
I got high reading this bitch.
Ass, you hear me?
What kind is this?
Yeah, ooh, this a good shit, nigga. You dropped my shit off in the water? Ah! Fuck you. We killing everybody. Well, white boy just having to set this bitch off. AKA Christmas addicts.
Yeah.
First man to shut the shit off in the motherfucking Revolutionary War back in 1718. So they don't talk about him enough.
Majority of Washington troops are black.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you said that.
Say that again so they can hear you.
The majority of
I'm so
Washington's
glad you
troops
said
were black.
I'm so glad you said that.
Then he left them.
Ain't this some bitch? Yeah, appreciate you. Hey, listen, get your ass back on my land and pick cotton, motherfucker. See, I got some money to make. Wow, watch out now. Yeah. So we got these Jews in the goddamn cotton field picking the cotton for us. Fuck it, you gotta make a manufacturing ass option. So the whole line of it, if you come along if you think about it along those lines, everybody who wrote the Constitution is black. Everybody who's a figurehead in the Civil War is black. And the Civil War is for the freedom of Jews. No, I don't want to go. Italians. Yeah. No. Let's do Scottish. I like Scottish. Yeah, Scottish. You know the reason why Scottish?
They've been oppressed before.
They're continuously oppressed, but they've overrode their oppression.
Yeah.
This is why the Scottish, let's Scott, but I ain't gonna get into all that. Let's just stay Scottish. All right, damn, Scottish are here. Motherfucking Scottish run this goddamn country. All right. So, but I ain't gonna get into all that and all stuff. So. If you don't hear about them, but I just kind of bring them up, that means they run this motherfucker. So let's just stay with Scottish, right? So we go, if the Scottish were the ones that were enslaved in the United States of America, and we took ships and went to Scotland and got Scottish slaves as Africans and as Americans, as black motherfuckers, who put Scottish slaves on the ship. So we finally gave them rights in 1964 after we wrote our Constitution for us. All right, well, yeah, we'll give you some rights, Scottish. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, whatever. I kind of feel a certain way about this shit. But yeah, we'll give you some rights. Yeah, go ahead. I want to be a CEO of the goddamn Fortune 500. Man, hold slow your Scottish white ass down. Slow down. I want everything. Matter of fact, shut the fuck up. Okay, so hey, look here, E. I'm gonna put you in charge of the southern quarter of the United States. And you make sure ain't no goddamn Scottish white motherfuckers running a goddamn thing. You understand me? I got you, bro. You ain't never gonna see that shit. I got you. But you gotta make it look as though they fucking themselves over.
After the Civil War.
Yeah. You got it. You got it. Come on, you got it. So I ain't worried about it. And we use this whole cycle after the civil rights. I'm talking about 1964. Oh damn! There they go. They got Martin over there. They got Willie Beanie over there. As opposed to it, they got some radical motherfucker over there on the West Coast, Huey Newton, i.e. Wallace. They got Wallace over there. Seamus Wallace. Oh goddamn, he riling these goddamn Scottish motherfuckers up. Oh goddamn, here come Malcolm X, aka Princeton Yard.
Anybody, hey, he's the black folks like, yeah, hey.
Oh shit.
This shit ain't right.
Okay, well we're gonna kill them too. We gonna kill them too. Fuck them. Okay, well listen. You make sure you knock off Wallace, aka Huey P. Newton. Then make sure you take care of that Martin Luther King motherfucker, aka Perry Tail. And then oh man, hey, listen. Make sure his people do it.
Really?
Make sure his people do it when it comes to Malcolm X, because it's gonna get a little bit too much dirty on our hands. And make sure his people
can't be all dirty.
Can't be all dirty. You know what I'm talking about? But make sure it gets done. Haley.
A long time I heard that.
Yeah.
Hold up. How you say that? You know how racist the set people are on TV? I mean, we used to watch it. We enjoyed them shows.
Yeah, we one day
enjoyed the country. That's still some racist shit, dog.
That Dukes of Hazzard was my shit.
I love me some Dukes. I love the General Lee. Motherfucking Archie.
Yeah.
Nigga, the first time I saw George Jefferson, I was like, man, get that nigga off the screen.
Get that nigga off the screen.
He fucking with Archie.
But see, that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. It's a science, and and I think one of the things that Obama said that I want you to go MSNBC, watch the video in its 17-minute entirety, because I didn't have a chance to play it all right here. But if you go and don't go to YouTube, because YouTube have its own cuts and segments and how they want to dictate what took place. But go to MSNBC, you'll hear Obama talk. You'll hear the 17-minute entire clip. Listen to all of it. It's directly from President Barack Hussein Obama. And one of the things that he said was that I'm gonna leave it alone. I want y'all to watch it. I want y'all to just watch it for yourselves. I'll leave it alone. But the chastisement of the layout that I just gave y'all is exactly how white America views African Americans. All I did was just flip everything. If I was to sit here and y'all saw, how would you think and how would you feel if I was white, sitting right here just at RockCrewNation.com? We on the air right now, but I'm white. And y'all gonna sit around me like this right here. Nah, I'm not feeling too comfortable with this shit.
Yeah, well, you know I ain't got no issue with that.
Sure you do.
I don't.
You don't.
If that was Chris sitting there, man.
Well, I didn't say Chris. I didn't say Chris.
Oh, you just talking about white?
Just in general. Yeah.
Okay.
Bang. I may have a problem.
Okay.
Damn. There it is. Right? So to keep it 100, to keep it in perspective, there are people that are put in certain positions that make sure that our vote stays in check by making sure we don't have a vote, to make sure laws are passed, and this big abortion bill.
Oh my Lord.
That's the craziest shit. That is not even.
Okay, you realize
you do know that passed the same day that they did their fucking verdict. That shit pissed me off, and nobody said shit about it. Oh my God.
No bullshit. Subjugating. That bill subjugates women.
Okay.
And then that piece of shit go come out.
Wait, slow down. Listen to what Rick Perry is saying to Texas. Listen. Watch this. You ain't had a nair one abortion. Ain't not nair sister I know had an abortion. If they had, it may have been one. But it ain't been more than two.
Yeah, already.
I sure as hell know the goddamn Mexicos and had abortions. Nah, we here to populate this motherfucker. We here to populate this motherfucker.
Populate like a motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, we pop out.
They popping out like Nessie dog.
So basically, Rick Perry is saying to all these white women that get busted and don't want to go home to daddy because they been fucking this nigga. So. Basically, he's saying, no, you white people, y'all finna have these babies y'all killing.
Already.
And that's really what Rick Perry is saying, because for the first time this year, ever, in the history of this country, there were less white people born than died.
Already.
And Rick Perry says, well, we're going to stop that real quick. And that abortion bill, although it's a woman thing, and all stuff, right? Ethnic women, they really don't have abortions.
Already.
They have their children, they deal with it and make it do what the fuck it do. You white women that keep running to daddy for the 175, all you American virgin ass stories out there. Rick is saying, have the baby, deal with it. We need to rebuild our population.
How the nigga say some shit like that? We
And
talking about this shit, and he was like,
Go ahead.
that's you're not taking responsibility. I say, so you rather have a chick that don't want this baby and a daddy that don't want the baby, have a baby that is not wanted, and root them out there and say, you've been bitching about everybody on welfare and all this, and you rather have that baby introduced into society, into an unwanted family, and it's probably gonna turn into a crime. I mean, not whatever. I'm not gonna turn into a crime, but it's a good chance because they coming into a fucked up situation.
Or they gonna end up killing themselves because they know don't nobody care about it.
Already. So you rather have that than just have an abortion over? I think that don't make no sense, dog. That don't make no sense.
And that fool said nobody. What he say? He said they'll be able to say, "Where were you when all the little babies were saved?" Man, if you don't get your retarded ass off the TV with that bullshit.
No bullshit. Here's the thing with me, with abortion. Again, I don't quote air quotes believe in abortion, but I know this: I can't tell a woman what to do with her sorry. If I'm in that situation, which I have been in the situation, and it went through with it, but in a certain situation. But I know, okay, I gotta make peace with that. It's like killing. Whatever the case may be. You gotta make peace with that. If you're a soldier, if you're a police officer, some people like to make different distinctions. Nah, nigga, if you kill somebody, you kill somebody.
Right.
However, but with abortion, we all know, biology teaches us there's a certain level. First trimester, let's have it.
Right.
Okay, now I'm not talking about having an abortion when you can see the baby face on the goddamn stomach.
Right.
I'm not talking about that. That's too pitiful to me. But if you're gonna say life begins at inception, like a lot of these people say, then it should be a crime to jack off. No bullshit. Cause that's a baby. That's 2, 3. That's cup babies, ain't it? That's cup baby. And what they call it in jail? What they call BJ? No, they call it killing babies. So we gonna bust into a nigga. Hey, nigga, hey, put that lotion down, nigga. Hey, goddamn. What you doing?
With that being said, I'm finna lay it down. That's really gonna shake this shit up, and that's the way I like it. Hey, Monkey, you wanna say something? Yo, that chill like a motherfucker. Baby girl, you wanna say something before I get on and say what I'm finna say?
Do what you do.
Listen, if our people embraced abortion, my black ass sure as hell wouldn't be here. My mama got pregnant with me when she was 17 by some goddamn sex pervert, 31, 32 years old. Fucking a goddamn 17-year-old kid, 16, 17-year-old kid. And here come Ra. After all that. You wouldn't be here. That was the goddamn time she come to me and she tell me, well, I think I'm gonna have to end this. Cause we just come to Texas. We just got here. But ooh, mama found somebody that was goddamn me sexy. That love me sexy. Yeah. Love me sexy.
I wanna do a little
thing with you.
I wanna do a little
Hey, here come Black Widow. Baby, I was like, Mom, what's going on? She, woo, your belly big in the motherfucking nigga. What's going on? Hey, here come old man all gunned up and shit.
Hey, y'all! Chopping niggas. Chopping out on niggas from bushes. Nigga, what you doing here? What you doing? I been delivering the mail. Oh, okay, nigga. All right. Woo!
Nigga, old man was wild style, nigga. What? Nigga, that's my old man, nigga. I love him. Yeah. Hey, paid the house this weekend. Sure did. We paid the house this weekend. I'm not sure the color, but it was good. It was good.
Me either.
It's a neutral.
Hey,
it's a neutral color.
So whatever.
It's a neutral color. He was happy. His life is good. Excuse me.
Yeah.
As well as many of our nieces and nephews wouldn't be around here if we embraced abortion. It is not our culture.
I jumped the boat.
Yeah, that's good. You had one killed. You should have been killed too.
That shit you talking about. Cause the shit I seen, the documentary I seen, we do embrace abortion. And
listen.
Okay, hold on. What do you think the number one killer of blacks is every year?
Diabetes.
No, they had diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, and it was a couple more things.
Cancer.
Guess what the number one? Go
ahead. What?
No, it was abortions. It was 475,000 a year. Diabetes wasn't even like 17,000 as far as people that got.
I didn't know what documentary you watch.
Huh?
What's the name of the documentary you watch?
I watched it on Velocity. I'm gonna have to.
I don't believe you. Is what I'm saying.
What's the truth? What's the truth? It's the truth.
But I don't believe you.
It goes back to the point I was making about what I was saying.
But I don't believe you.
You don't gotta believe me.
I don't
When I do
believe
find it, I'm gonna make sure I record it.
Well, let me watch it. I just want to watch it.
I'm gonna get it to you.
But you can't sit over there and say I watched the documentary and just come out with this bullshit.
The dude did his own independent research.
I don't know who you talking about.
When I go and find
what's the name of the goddamn documentary? Well, then you shut the fuck up.
Nah, he went everywhere. It was a country. It was nationwide. It was nationwide. It was the same program where I told you about how they were saying about the blacks in college.
Well, listen, I don't believe you.
You don't have to believe me.
I'm just telling you, I
don't have to believe me.
Whoever this goddamn documentary guy was to come with all these goddamn me-ass numbers made this bullshit up to make it look like niggas was against themselves.
So are they counting spontaneous abortion as an abortion?
They count as far
a spontaneous abortion, you cannot do anything about that.
I want to understand and watch this show.
I guess what was going on in the clinics and the hospitals or whatever, he was going by that. He was going by that fact, and they had a lot of doctors that was in practice that came out when he went to interview them, but they didn't show their face. And they talked in the dark, and they said, on the average, one guy said he was doing up to 30-something a day. And this was in Philadelphia, something like that. And it was in a low-income neighborhood, all this and that stuff. And that's what they were saying. That was the number one killer of blacks. It's not black-on-black crime. It's not diabetes. It's not that other stuff. That's what it actually is. It really is abortions. But a lot of people don't know that. But anyway, I'm going to find a thing because the guy said he went to Capitol Hill and talked to a lot of legislators.
It seems as though Edward has found your information.
Edward. That's not Edward.
My name on the show is Raku. I mean, Ebert.
But I will say,
okay, Heidi Miller, Washington, D.C., Life News. And this came out, it looks like April 25th, 2013. Based on the information I'm reading right now, Washington, D.C., an alternative Radiance Foundation released a short video earlier to expose the number one cause of death in the black community in America. What's that cause of death? Abortion. Number one killer, TooManyAborted.com. Abortions in black America, 363,705. Abortion is a human tragedy no matter what race. Nowhere in America is it more prevalent than in the black community. Nearly 40% of all pregnancies end in induced abortions. The following diagram is a still from the video that shows how abortion ranks with the causes of death in the black community. There is no other cause that even comes close to it. Other causes that commanded: HIV, homicides, kidney disease, cancer, heart disease, came up to 285,522 compared to abortions at 363,705. Hey, Rob. I know you say you don't believe me, but on the documentary, the dude show how Capitol Hill and a lot of the organizations work together. The cancer organization, they say, we have these cancer drives every year, and you see a couple of black people be out there running and jogging and all this, and you say all that's politically based, it's driven with money. And what he was saying was the average black person don't have cancer. The way they portray it in the media, and diabetes and all that, the way they portray it in the media, it's not us with the diseases.
Right.
If you look on the top of the thing, at the chart, it's a CEO that's a white man or a white woman. And what the guy was saying was they take that and put it in the black community and scare people and say, well, don't eat pork and don't do this and don't do that. But everybody been raised, you had a piece of pork chop when you was a goddamn baby. And a piece of bacon. You know what I'm saying? But he was showing how, he went back to the NAACP and he was saying how they do this and do that. And they take the head people and say, look here, we're going to give y'all some hush money. We gonna hush y'all up. We gonna pass this bill like you said a while ago.
Yeah.
And then what it do? It's a trickle down effect. We gonna get these schools the Robin Hood plan. Say, man, the dude is cold. Independent guy, black guy. He went all over the country, man. He was all over the major cities, man. And he was saying the one thing we don't know about, like we were saying a while ago, is education. You don't educate the masses, like you said a while ago, with the abortion thing we had going on at the same time as the Trayvon Martin thing was going on. But the number one priority was Trayvon Martin thing. So that overshadowed what was going on in Texas. So when you do look up and see what they done push on you, like, God damn, when this shit take place. And a lot of people that I say that get involved in a lot of shit don't even know what the hell they getting involved in.
So now, with that being said, are you telling me that Rick Perry's looking out for black people?
No.
No, that's not what he did. You on point with what you
No, wait a minute. Because that contradicts everything. The point of what he just brought up.
No, I mean.
Well, go ahead. Explain your point.
I mean, the fact.
Keep it short. Go ahead.
As Reese just said, the facts are what the facts are. Now, again, that's not. None of us would have. None of us have looked at the numbers to really break that shit down.
Well,
at the same time, I guarantee you.
Before you elaborate,
the number 365 is nowhere close to the number of white people that are having
bam. You motherfucker, you. I was trying to set you up. Yeah.
Ain't no club because it's more of them than it is.
No, if you got 300,000, if you got 365,000 out of a nation of if you even take it out of a million, if you even take it out of 10 million, much less the i.e. 13 million of black Americans, do you know how small 363,000 is compared to that big overall number? Nigga, that's damn near less than 1% of 13 million.
We talking about the black
people. No,
talking about that overall.
No.
Stay focused.
No. I am saying focus. that 365,000, if you want to take that and use it on an annual basis or whatever, that's
a lot of people,
it is a lot, but it doesn't even come close to the 12 million abortions that are done annually by white America. You can go to any abortion clinic located across these here United States, and you can park your car in front of them motherfuckers, and you will see white America rotating like it's nothing going through these abortion clinics.
Now that is true.
So when you talk about 363,000 annually per year,
I was making my point about
your point ain't shit is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you your point ain't shit. You ain't sit down and shut up, eat a banana, and take some drink.
Oh my Lord.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. We talk about bad my goddamn population, monkey. So with that being said,
well, the whole thing about it is the white man make the rules when it come to how they say for child born.
And what we saying is
how they say for child born. I'm going back. I'm going full circle with the thing with the government and all that shit. They make these rules up and they say if a child is born by a black man or a Hispanic man with a white woman, the baby's not white. They made that rule up. We didn't make that rule up.
Right.
So they knocked it down only the population-wise on their own. Because if you go where I work at, and I take a pod of 64 men in the pod, and it could be 30 to 40 and they're Hispanic, with last name Guerrero and all this shit. But when I look on the roster and look on there for white males, that Guerrero, he's a white male. Johnson, he's a black. Tejada, however you want to say it, he's a white male. So what they doing to themselves, they knocking their population down on their own. Because if you take 10 white women that go in the hospital to have 10 babies, at least 6 of them gonna be black. That don't have nothing to do with us as a whole. They did that to themselves. So that's why when you get them applications now, they don't have white, black, Hispanic, all that. It's not on there no more.
Yeah.
It's not on there no more.
Islands.
It's not on the other Pacific. It's not on there no more. They did that to themselves. Now, oh shit, our population is falling down. It's not falling down. You don't change the status on this shit.
They didn't regulate. It's a great movie if you haven't seen.
What's that?
I pumped this movie about maybe 10 years ago.
If you say Sharknado, I'ma hit you.
Sharknado is the shit.
Yeah, that same night I went home. The sportscaster said that shit on ESPN.
Hanging up a roof, 12 feet in the air. This girl talking about Sharknado.
Sharknado is the shit.
Same lady was in Sharknado.
But no, it's a movie.
Black Widow, I love you. I'm hungover and drunk, and I got some hot paint in my hand. You best leave me alone.
It's a movie called CSA, Confederate States of America.
Shout out DJ St. Lou. He out there. He's traveling on the way back to Dallas. He's on his way back to Dallas. He says he's out here listening to us live. You know, sent about 3 or 4 text messages, man.
It's called CSA, Confederate States of America. Right? Basically, the premise is.
Hey, listen, let me say this, though, before we got to go. We're going to go into the after hours, but I thank everybody for chiming in. And let me say this again before we get too far off.
Watch CSA, nigga.
What? We got the after hours. We ain't gonna cut the show. But definitely watch CSA. Shout out to my president, Barack Hussein Obama, for having the right.
The moral fortitude.
Righteousness.
The moral fortitude. The moral fortitude.
I mean, you could see that it bothered him.
Yes.
Like, you could see, I mean.
He said, I was Trayvon. I could have easily been Trayvon.
Right.
And that's what, I've been arguing this all week.
Don't go too far with it. Don't go too far with it.
But I've been arguing different points all week with different people. And they really don't understand. And these intelligent people that I understand and I like.
Right.
And finally, after email after email after email, and I finally had to say, you don't get it. I was this dude. Many a times out there. And a dude come up. You're not going to follow me and then run up on me?
Right.
Dog, I got as much right to defend myself as you do.
You really do.
Right.
I'm not listening. Again, you can say he was a pimp and all this other shit. They trying to make this nigga to be the devil. This 17-year-old kid. And he's a kid. There's some 17 in his goddamn 40s. And again, I've met many kids that I had to, goddamn, that's a big motherfucker. But he's still 17. It's up to me.
If he a big motherfucker and he's 17, I'ma call the police. Here you go right here.
Already.
Hey, I'ma leave it like that. Stay in your car.
Once you stepped out of the car, you were wrong.
Okay. They told you, stay in your car. Okay, I'm good.
That lady did everything she could.
Stay in your car.
She was like, so
are you following me right now?
The point you making, like they did that stand your ground thing, and the governor came out of Florida and said, you know, we thought about it and we're going to keep it. Now, this is what you do to implement programs like that, so you won't have these George Zimmermans of the world.
Already.
This is what you do. This is what you do. You pass a law in your state saying anybody on a crime watch neighborhood, once the police have told you stay in your car, we're on our way, once you get out it make you criminal.
Yep.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Nigga, and that's what you do.
Right, that's
so
the
when
point.
they do get out, it ain't no when they go to court and say, well, hey, I was standing my ground, I was doing this or whatever. Once you open your door and got out that car, you broke a law in that state. That's what they need to do.
That's what they did in New York.
That's what they need to do.
Remember the dude with the berets?
So,
what's the dude with the berets?
Yeah, the Guardian Angels.
They made a law basically saying, once y'all call the laws, and they were out there without guns. But a lot of niggas had
the niggas got fucked up.
You know, they were, once you call the laws,
they didn't last in Dallas too long.
Well, once you call the law, exactly what Pete Tate was saying, they made a law in New York. Once y'all call the laws as neighborhood watch, y'all step back. If y'all move forward, we're gonna prosecute you too.
That's what you need to do. That will stop all this.
Okay, listen.
Gonna make them liable. You gotta make people liable in society, man.
The state of Florida was enacted in the Stand Your Ground laws by Jeb Bush.
Oh,
okay, Jeb Bush.
Stay out the bushes.
State, and that happened. That law passed. The Stand Your Ground law passed in 2005 under Jeb Bush. 4 years, and to the date, 1 day after his brother got out of office in 2004 after his second term of fucking this country off, as well as robbing his first term in the same state of Florida, as well as in the same state of Florida, over 200 cases in 2012 are now a con of goddamn court of law, will stand your ground to where over 200 cases, 198 have been allowed to not be prosecuted, to walk away, has no.
And that's when you know something wrong with it. I'm not saying change it. I'm saying modify. You got to make modifications to it.
Of the two that came with the stand your ground law, one is serving 20 years, who's a woman who shot a warning shot to an abusive husband. She's serving 20 years now in prison for supporting the stand your ground law. Didn't kill nobody, didn't hurt nobody. Just gave 2 warning shots to an abusive ex-husband. Don't step up. She is now serving 20 years. And a 71-year-old man who killed somebody who stepped on his property for protesting on his property the exact same day they let Zimmerman go. 2 days later, within 24 hours, they convicted a 71-year-old man who killed the protester on his property.
Well, what's gonna happen with the other little man that killed the old boy in Florida, killed the little 17-year-old in Florida?
The music.
They gonna fry that. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen with him?
For playing his music too loud. He's gonna walk.
They gonna fry that nigga.
Well, wait. I hope so.
Over conversation. They gonna fry that.
Yeah, it's another conversation. You're right. It's another conversation. But it goes directly in hand. What we talking about tonight, Mike?
I mean,
the shit is not equal.
Y'all hear about that lady? She got 21 years for tax fraud.
Wow.
I heard the story, but I heard about it.
$20 million that she got off of, filing fraudulent income tax stuff or whatever, getting all this money. She was spending the money on her family and everything, but still. And then my whole thing is, how many of these is getting embezzling, stealing money like that, and they getting, we're gonna put you on probation. And
no, I'm telling you,
like, seriously,
it needs
white collar.
She got 3 kids.
White collar.
Listen to what I'm saying when I say it to you, man.
I'm not saying what she did was right.
I ain't saying what she did was right either. But what I am saying, slow down, hold up. What I'm saying is the exact same way. Nigga, peace chain laid out. We need to reach out to our kids. All these kids know right from wrong. It ain't nothing wrong with you saying and laying directly. See, and that's again what I'm saying. No, this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of white kids out here. Okay, I'll tell you what. Your social experiment, and I'll tell you how fucked up this shit is. Your social experiment to understand right and wrong is to walk into a Walmart and stand there for 12 hours. Don't shop. Don't do nothing else. Don't do shit.
They don't call them people in your head.
Stand there for 12 hours
They don't call them people
and just strictly observe. Well, I tell you, going to because if you're black, they will call laws on you. Just stand up 12 hours. Go to the goddamn observatory or the goddamn security of Walmart, any goddamn Walmart you want to go to, Super Walmart. And the kids that are doing the most fucking up, the kids that are doing the most talking back to their parents, the kids that have the most opportune of this country are white. And right behind them, them goddamn Mexicos. Yeah. But them goddamn Mexicos, they get the kids in check some kind of way. They gotta get.
They walked in.
The Mexicos, they got. There's a loyalty chain in the Mexicos that we need to learn from. That loyalty chain with the Mexicos is beautiful. Yeah, they fuck up, but goddamn it, don't you touch them. Don't you fuck with them. Don't say nothing to them.
And don't mess with their friends either.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful. They loyalty chain is like our loyalty chain between the 5 amigos that we have here that we done raised for 20 some odd years together. But that goes to compare 5 motherfuckers to 20 million.
And it's like, with getting to the kids and all that stuff or whatever, that's the same conversation that me and Drake had, right after, the verdict came out and all that. Okay.
Yeah, you go in jail. That's your ass. How many mamas you got in your hand, motherfucker? I'm gonna chop your hands off. I'm gonna burn that bitch up.
And my whole thing is, if you're not teaching your kids to respect themselves, they're not gonna respect, the people as a whole. And that's where the problem is. Just like you said, in the house, in the home. And that's exactly what me and Drake discussed. I said, all this, it irritated me because everybody was blowing up Facebook, this, that. And the main ones that were blowing up Facebook, bitch, I just saw your ass like 2 hours ago.
Yes.
Nigga, you was flashing money like, yeah, man, he getting it, whatever.
Yeah.
You know your damn rent was due the next day.
Yeah.
What the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
Like what? I don't understand that. And then it's like, it's so sad to me.
I'm trying to go into the after hours, but y'all making some great points.
Well,
it's just sad to me that when I go and have my kids, we go to Walmart or wherever it is that we go, single file line. That's
Black Widow got my nieces and nephews in check, nigga. This shit is like goddamn. It's like goddamn military. It's like boot camp.
You goddamn skipping.
I want to say break away, be free. But goddamn it, I love it. I love it and I admire it.
They right behind me or in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I stand there, they putting up the hey, they get
just like that.
And they stand there in awe. And they
it is good.
Wow. Like those are some of the most, they don't act like the other kids that come through here.
They respect their mama.
They would.
They respect their mama's authority.
Not that right.
But you know what?
My kids have discipline, and I swear that will carry them over in life to be very successful. I assure you of that.
They
need it.
Yes.
But you know what?
They want it.
But you know what? Like I told my partner, then we was talking about this thing with the Zimmerman and all that stuff. I tell them all the time, man. I know I always say, and I've been saying it all the years. A lot of things go back to slavery. Like I tell people all the time. With me, the black experience, and I'm not gonna just say in America, I'm gonna say worldwide, is an experiment. All we are, and still are to this day, is an experiment to the white folks that went wrong. We're an experiment that went wrong because the controlling issues that we have today, it was given to us by the white man. But if people don't understand that, and when I say understand that, I'm not saying get on Facebook or get on your computer and look some shit up, because it's not gonna give you the black experiment. You got to go back to, some of us had grandfathers and uncles that's in their 60s and 70s that can sit down and give you history. And when we look at history, but the people now, like even my teenage kids, I tell them all the time, your history is not VH1. Your history is not BET. Your history is picking up a book and actually go back and find out what's going on with you, because that's what it is. The black life in America and worldwide is just an experiment that went wrong, that they started out controlling. But once you give us knowledge, was like they say was a crime back in the day to know how to read. You want to keep a secret house in the book. The shit that we say to your kids now, to them is preposterous, and they'll laugh at you like, well, where that's come from? Because it's not in the history books. A lot of stuff we talk about now, it's not in history books. That's why we need people like Black Widow, E-Bang, Mr. Raku. Me, myself, because we got to reiterate shit that's done been lost, because it's like Roswell. Like the guy said on the show I watched today, he said, well, the people that was around in 47, most of them 80, they all dead. So who we going to have to tell a story to the kids? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? All this stuff goes hand in hand. You can't have one bad seed and 5 good.
I love it. We're going into the after hours. That's goddamn me, Peace Chain. That's the Black Widow. That's E-Bang doing this goddamn me ass thing. And I'm your boy, the IK00. Join us in the after hours. This conversation is about to get picked right the fuck back up, because I disagree on what Peace Chain just said. Y'all tune the fuck in. We finna get it in.